Hey there, Leo, and welcome to your week of January 24th, 2022 general tarot reading. We're going to be looking at your energy coming into this week, some potential challenges and some potential outcome cards for you. These are general readings, though, so some of this, all of this, or none of this may resonate with you. If it doesn't, don't try to make it fit. Don't try to make the stuff that doesn't fit. But if it does, that's great. That's awesome. We're going to clarify these cards as we go along, if I didn't mention that already. And sorry for the lateness of this. You may be able to tell from my voice. Still kind of fighting with a little bit of a sore throat and some congestion. But I just wanted to get some videos out for you. And the way I was doing them before, where I was doing text and stuff with them, really wasn't... it's taking a lot longer than I thought it would. So here we are. Sorry for the lateness again. But... we got your energy coming into this week. We got the Hierophant, the Nine of Wands, and the Five of Cups here. This is really interesting. I feel like you've learned a lesson, like a really valuable lesson recently, or you're going to hear very soon about life in general. I feel with the Nine of Wands and the Five of Cups here, because the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, someone who's been hurt, someone who's built up a wall around them because they're tired of being hurt. So I feel like this is kind of you more or less being like, I'm going to protect myself because I've been wounded too much from something. And I don't think for you, obviously, I don't think it's a physical wound, but maybe it's from this lesson you've been learning. You're like, okay, I'm tired. It's been a hard lesson. It's been tough on me here. I want to stop. I want to stop banging my head against the wall here. And with the Five of Cups, I feel like it's part of the lesson you're learned, or you are learning, is that there's always more than one way to do something here. Because you can see this guy, he felt like these three cups would lead him across this river here to this town. But they haven't, because they've been knocked over. They've been spilt. But if you see here, there's still two cups behind him. But more importantly, there's this bridge that leads to this town here. So there's still another way for him to succeed. It may not be the way he originally intended or the way that he thought it in the first place, but he's still going to achieve what he wants to achieve here. And I feel like that's you really learning this lesson, is that there are still ways to achieve. Oh, excuse me, got the hiccups. I'm bad now. But there are still ways for you to achieve your goals, regardless of the setbacks that get put in front of you. The Hierophant is also Taurus's card, so you may have Taurus in your chart as well. So let's clarify this. See what we got here for you, Leo. See what's going on. What do we have for our Leos? We got the Lovers. We got the Two of Pentacles. We got the Five of Cups again, yeah. I feel like definitely this could have been like a relationship you were in. Maybe something with the Two of Pentacles here. Something that kind of was just kind of an infinite cycle. Almost as if one person would hurt the other. And then and then come back and be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. And then they were just being like, oh, well, I didn't mean it like that. And then you accept their apology and then they hurt you again, right? Or they, maybe cheat on you or something. And then you take them back because they're like, oh, it's just a moment of weakness or something like that. Or something along those lines here with the Lovers and the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. And I feel like what I love here about this Five of Cups now is that you are seeing that there are those other avenues, right? This is the complete opposite here, because before, here's the focus on what's lost, but here's now the focus on what we have and what we can still accomplish, right? So I feel like this, for a lot of you, I feel like you've already learned this lesson. But again, for some of you, you may be in the process of learning it. But yeah, I just feel like you're getting out of this cycle here of maybe a toxic relationship and realizing that there is love for you out there, that where you don't have to go through that, right? You don't have to go through someone constantly treating you badly or constantly hurting you, and then you having to forgive them because they're like, oh no, I didn't mean it like that, or I wasn't trying to do this, or there was a mistake, or please, it'll never happen again, that kind of stuff, right? That infinite cycle I feel like you've broken, and you're like, I'm protecting myself now because I don't want to be hurt like that. Because there are people out there with that Lovers. The Lovers is Gemini's card and represents true soulmates. There is a person out there for you like that won't hurt you and won't make it seem like you have to go out and find something else. You need to find someone else, right? So let's take a look at some challenges you might be facing this week here, Leo. Sounds like we're in a little bit of a tender energy here at this time, but I feel like you're on the upswing more than anything here, Leo. So let's see what we got. We got the King of Cups, got the Tower, and the Lovers again. There we are. So I feel like for a lot of you are I feel like maybe a lot of you are in the process of of this lesson. I feel like for most of you, or we're just kind of starting out or starting to figure this lesson out here at this time. With the King of Cups, it could be a water sign that you might be dealing with. So that could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or it could be an air sign, or it could be a Gemini or a Taurus as well, because they are here too. But I feel like it could be anybody. It's a general reading. But I feel like there is this, with the Tower, there's this change that needs to be made, right? Again, with the Lovers being your challenges, it's like that kind of toxic energy, toxic relationship here. The King of Cups is someone who, as well, when we're looking at all of this, the King of Cups is someone who doesn't overreact, someone who doesn't let negativity and that kind of stuff get to him, because he knows that that's no way to progress through this. So like, if might be for you, this is really an emotionally difficult time for you, where you can't keep on a straight face and you are kind of, breaking down a bit. And there's nothing wrong with that, because like we all go through that. Myself, just recently, a few weeks ago, I went through a bit of a, feeling overwhelmed, right? Feeling like I just, couldn't go on for one reason or another. Like, a lot of health issues and stuff with my family at this time, along with a lot of other stupid stuff, of course. And that happens to everybody, right? So there's no shame in that. But to keep stuff like that happening, we need a change with the Tower. We need something to change. And sometimes it's like we need to get rid of this toxic energy of like maybe a toxic relationship, or maybe you get away from toxic people, or just maybe, even if you're not in a relationship, if it's like something where you're just kind of feeling overwhelmed and stuff, maybe you need to take something like, maybe love is a big thing on your mind, where you feel like, you need a partner, you need someone in your life in order to make yourself whole. You need to put that stuff on the back burner, because you need to really focus down more on the other stuff in your life, because this is like kind of a big negative when you're saying like, I don't have someone in my life. What is wrong with me? Am I wrong? Am I defective? Why doesn't anyone love me? Right? And I've been there too. Like, it sucks. It sucks when you feel that way. And it really hurts a lot, right? And the worst part is you're hurting yourself too, because you're thinking all that stuff to yourself, and nobody can really help you, because they can't read your mind, right? Nobody can just hear that what you're saying is what you're saying unless you let them know, right? And that can be so hurtful. That can be so hurtful. So we really need to change that up here at this time, Leo, and forevermore, for that matter. We can't go back to this, because this is just bad mindset to be in. It's bad juju. You know what they say? So let's take a look what we got for some clarifiers here for you. We got that Six of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, giving yourself too much, I feel, with that Six of Pentacles. And I did kind of talk about a little bit of that with that kind of toxic relationship, and you kind of letting them back in, right? If that is what you're dealing with, you're giving too much of yourself away. You're betraying your values, because Pentacles represent values, right? Not just like your monetary things, but the things you put value on, right? Pentacles can also represent that. So you're not really valuing yourself and your self-esteem and what's important to you and your self-respect, right? When you're taking someone back that hurts you, that really hurts, and that's terrible, because then you're just being like, yes, you can walk all over me, I'll let that happen. And that's how you get that Two of Pentacles, that infinite cycle, right? Is because they're just like, oh, they let me get away with it before, they'll probably let me get away with it again, right? And they'll take that chance. They're willing, they're willing to risk a little more. They're not willing to be as strong if it was a moment of weakness, right? Because they know you'll just forgive them again, right? So that's really what these Ten of Pentacles, the 10, the Ace, and the 6, it's really saying like, you need to put more value on those things. You need to put more value on yourself, what you're giving away. You need to put more value on like what you're willing to give to others, what you're willing to accept. And you need to put more value on what your end goal is, what what that looks like for you, like your perfect situation, right? With the 10 of Pentacles here. So let's take a look at your outcome cards here, Leo. See what we got going on. Sorry, I sound like fucking the Cookie Monster here. I didn't mean, it was a little rough, but we're getting there, I hope. We got the Page of Wands here. What else do we got for your outcomes? We got the Wheel of Fortune. I love it. We got the Five of Swords too. All right, Page of Wands really telling us here, you need to, focus on your own self and your own growth. Right, you look at this wand here, and you see all these little, these little buds of life coming off of it here, and it's to really say like, you need to focus on growing yourself. You need to focus on putting value on things that are going to go in a positive way and help you out, rather than focusing on like giving yourself away, right? This is for you. This wand is for you, right? That's for your own personal use. Like these wands back here, with that 9 of wands, it really is about growth as well. Like you put up a wall of things, like you don't want to be hurt. You know that this is good stuff that's protecting you, right? These wands, right? And this page of wands is also saying, I want to grow something for me. I want to grow and have that spark of energy and passion, desire for myself. I don't want to give away to others. And that's really what we're talking about here, is like, don't give away to others what is valuable to you, because then they're going to just take from you at that point, because they know if you're willing to give over something that's this valuable of yourself, then they're willing to push that envelope and ask for more. With a Wheel of Fortune, I feel like your luck's going to change once you start making this growth, once you start focusing on growing for yourself here. So I like that as well. And with the 5 of Swords on top of this, really focus on what you want, what you deserve, what your victory, what your goals look like in the end here. So I love that. So let's get some more clarifiers before we get our Oracle card to tie everything off here. Leo, what do we got? These cards are being a little difficult to shuffle. Let's see what we got here. You got the 2 of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the 9 of Wands again. Yeah. See, what's really beautiful about this 9 of Wands, when cards repeat in a reading, that's a strong message. But look at the difference in body language between these two. You got one guy that's absolutely afraid. He's ready to attack. He's defending his position. He's ready to go. This guy doesn't have a wall. He's here relaxing, enjoying himself. Like he's just enjoying the day here. Like he's built up this wall. Like he has his back to it, so no one can sneak up on him, of course. But he's also just here having a good time, relaxing. And that's where you're going to be in the future. Is like you're going to have something that always has your back, which is you, right? You're always going to have your back. The 2 of Cups is saying like we want to draw in a soulmate here, right? You want to draw in somebody who, really reflects what you also value, right? Because you can look at it either way, where the one person's looking in the mirror and they see in the mirror the reflection of somebody who has the same values as them, who cares about the same things that they care about, right? And I feel like that's really what you need to focus on, is finding someone like that, rather than just whoever this is you're dealing with now, because obviously they don't care about you. And with the Queen of Cups here as well, maybe you need to find somebody who's a little more empathetic. Someone who knows what you're going through, someone who understands, because they've been in similar situations. Maybe you've had a tough go of things in life. We all have our own crosses to bear, as they say. But I feel like maybe this person maybe knows a bit more what you're going through. Maybe they know someone else beforehand who went through something similar, or maybe they've gone through this before themselves, whatever. But finding a person like that who really clicks with you in that way, but also has the same values and things as you do, as they say. So hopefully that'll be someone, or at least the basis of someone to find, right? Maybe that's not your end goal, but that's like, here's a good solid foundation to go off of. So, all right, Leo, excuse me there. Let's take a look at what we got for Oracle cards for you. We got some popping out here. Hopefully this has been helping out and resonating with you. We'll take all 3 of those. We got, we got all sorts of stuff here. We got the Spider, Dolphin, and Wasp Spirit here. Say, make your dreams real. This and that are true, and sometimes life stings. And that, the Wasp Spirit's the one that really clicks with me. Where the Wasp Spirit says, sometimes life stings, and sometimes we do learn these hard lessons. But ultimately, they are for a good reason. We end up learning these hard lessons so we don't have to get taught them again, or so that when someone comes into our life, we've already seen how this is going to play out, so we know to stop that and make sure we don't go down that path again. We don't get fooled again, as the Who would say. With the Dolphin Spirit too, I really like that as well, because this and that are true, right? It can be true that this person is taking advantage of you, but it can also be true that you know that they're taking advantage of you and you're not stopping them, right? Like, it can almost be like, it could be like, that your significant other or your partner or whatever is, they're gonna cancel like a date you had with them and go hang out with their friends instead, right? You can know that that's going to happen and that's going to keep happening because they do it consistently, but you let them keep doing it, right? You're not putting your foot down saying like, no, like, are we dating or not? Are we going to have these, like, are we going to go out together or not? Like, which is more important to you? And with the spider spirit here, I've gone backwards. I've done this like a Japanese manga. I've read backwards here. But the spider spirit saying, make your dreams real. Like, really just like, you need to make your dreams real because, you know, nobody else is going to do it. Like, this person clearly isn't. Whoever this is that you've been dealing with, they're not going to make your dreams come true. They don't care. They're focusing on themselves and they're taking from you. So it's got to be you. You got to spin your own web, right? You got to do your own thing because this is what you need to do in order to achieve your goals. You need to focus on your dreams, focus on your values, focus on what's important to you, Leo. So hopefully that's helped you out. Hopefully that's resonated with you. You want to help out the channel, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out your sun, moon, rising, and Venus sign videos, and I'll see you in the next video.